if, chat, I have a question. Speaking of languages, is there a language, like, if you drive here, if you had to choose one language that you wish you could learn, that you wish you could speak fluently, what language would that be? You have to only choose one, and I'll play the game too. How about let's make it easier? Choose a language that you know nothing. So like, for example, for me, I would want to be more fluent in French, but I know some French. So I could say I wish I knew how to speak French, but I know basic French. So let's go with a language that you know nothing of at all, like maybe one or two words, maybe, but like you don't know anything really. What would it be? Me, so that would negate French, because I would say I know basic enough French. Let me read your messages first. Japanese, Spanish, some Spanish, Arabics, lots of Spanish, German, Klingon, good one. Japanese, Italian, Mandarin, couple of, Latin, American. So you want to talk French or Russian. Lots of Japanese, some Korean, Italiano, Japanese, Mandarin, Japanese, Klingon, another Klingon. You know Kurdish, Arabic, and English, that's amazing. Hindi, Spanish, lots of Spanish, Japanese, Icelandic, Kyrgyzstan, Hungarian, really? Zolchi, are you serious? No. Mandarin, Violet, whatever the universe speaks, you want to talk all. Like, you want to talk, you want to speak universe. Arabic, Greek, Japanese, Cantonese, Spanish, machine language, 0101, Scottish, China's important, so you want to speak, I guess, then Mandarin, Japanese, I don't know, Sahara, does that count as being a weed? Oopsies, Trogi. Russian, Mandarin, Kapla, Java the Hutt, Dothraki, the language of love. 01 is fluent in machine language. I would like to learn Portuguese, Spanish. I think Spanish would, something that like a language, a Mediterranean, Western European language that if I knew how to speak, like Spanish or Portuguese, people would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, she knows, she speaks Portuguese, she's probably Spanish. This is the way I look, a lot of people think I'm like from that part of Europe. Or Italian. I'd love to learn. I would be like in Italian or Portuguese. Because I also feel like then a part of my like, I could like really blend into the culture, because I feel like I could look like an Italian girl or a Portuguese or a Spanish girl. Navajo. Yeah. Eskimo. I feel like I could fit in, you know? And then so if I started riffing off in Italian or something, people would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, she's Italian. Yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Greek. The rank language. Total speaker: English, Mandarin, Chinese, Hindi, and then Spanish. Oh. And then I would like to learn a language that's not very common, you know? Hey Blurry, thank you for the host, welcome. Cheers. There's a lot of blonde, pale-skinned Italians. Europe is very, you know, diverse with our looks. You could Sure, why not? I guess what I mean with the stereotypical image of an Italian is the dark olive Mediterranean skin like I have, and the brown hair. There's a lot of blonde Italians out there too, and pale-skinned Italians. Same in France, same in Hungary, same in lots of, European is all about the mix, right? We're a big mix. I guess, and every part of the world is a big mix in some way or another. You speak cat not fluently? Oh my god, can you imagine if you had a full conversation with your cat? That would be amazing. The story of the Tower of Babel is that it has become so many languages. Before that, people spoke a single language. If it's uncommon, then it's hard. Exactly. Then you need to find someone who speaks the language. What would you consider an uncommon language? There's some blue-eyed Italians. I knew a colleague of mine, she was blonde, blue-eyed from Italy. She's European, have a big mix, You're like really pale. Latin? Well, Latin is an old language, and there's Latin influence in many languages, right? Klingon, okay, Finnish, Esperanto, Finnish. The cat would ignore you anyway. The cat would be like, why are you speaking my language? You are not worthy. Inupiaq? Oh my god, Chuck, I feel like I don't know this. What is this? Indigenous languages, yeah. All those like tribe, like imagine all the languages lost in like Africa or something. Or like in the islands. The indigenous people, the Inuits, yeah, in North America. Or the South American language. I don't know. I don't know much about these because then you've got like the dialects and stuff, right? Viking. Oh, like Welsh and stuff, like those old languages. Aren't they dying? It's Eskimo? Oh my god, Chuck, you're a fourth Eskimo? Oh wow, wait. Inupiaq, can you speak some? You're a fourth Eskimo. Wow. That's so interesting. Lazy peach. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. Like, when you're like, I'm gonna do this on my vacation. I've got so much time to do this and that and my hobbies and this, and then you're just a couch potato. It's dying. Isn't the term Eskimo derogatory? I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not. I mean, maybe we can ask Chuck if Chuck doesn't mind. I don't think so. I think it's an ethnicity. I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything wrong. But yeah, these days I think depending on who you are and how you're feeling, anything can be derogatory. Anything can be. It depends on how. Can I ask you a question? I feel like. I guess the most ignorant thing to do is to not ask, right? Wait, I don't even remember my question. I don't know my question anymore. I don't remember my question anymore. Okay, because Gaspar and I had this conversation the other night. So we've got many names for peoples, right? Like we've got Aboriginal, Inuit, Eskimo, Native, and I was wondering, like, is Eskimo and like Inuit, is that different peoples, like different peoples from different parts of a country, like, or of Canada, or I don't know how to ask the question. Do you know what I'm asking? So I guess what I'm asking is Eskimo like a certain ethnicity, or is that just kind of what we like say, like people from this general part of the world? I don't know if I'm asking the right questions here. Edmonton Eskimos are now the Edmonton football team. Oh, they renamed. Is it 0? Okay. I don't know. That's why I want to like learn. Hi, Antonio. How are you today? The Aboriginal language too very little known about their culture? I think so, Erica. Yeah. In Denmark, we had to change the name of ice cream. Oh, okay, so it is seen sometimes as not appropriate. I'm learning Esperanto and I'm enjoying it. It's really intuitive once you get the hang of the constructs. Wow, Anjesh. I'm Inupiat, so I'm Inup. Okay. Okay, Chuck, thank you. The name is commonly used in Alaska to refer to the Inuit and Yupik people, according to the Alaska Native Language Culture at the University of Alaska. This name is considered derogatory in many other places because it was given by non-Inuit people and was said to refer... Oh! Class, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I learned something today as well. Thank you very much for this. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, class, for that. Eater of raw meat seems good. And I guess that meant that was like a bad thing for some reason.